What's going on, everybody? C4 here. Welcome back to the channel. And today's Madden 20 rebuild is going to be that of the Buffalo Bills. Now, why am I doing the Bills? Well, we did a realistic rebuild for the Buffalo Bills. That's an entirely different style. The reason why we're taking the Bills for today's video is because on your guys' Thanksgiving, American Thanksgiving, because Canada, for whatever reason, we don't have our Thanksgiving at the same time. It's like in October before Halloween. But on your guys' Thanksgiving, while I was enjoying it, the thing that was the icing on the carrot cake, pineapple pie, whatever you guys eat down there, was the Buffalo Bills beating the Dallas Cowboys. So if you had to do the Bills, I was like, all right, they get it. They absolutely get it. And for those of you, I mean, beating this like a dead horse. The Bills are my dark horse team this year. I'm kind of like, oh, who's that guy? Remember that? Is it? No, it's not Lil Nas. I literally don't know anything about anything. But remember that guy that's the rapper that would like curse basketball teams? I have like the inverse of that. The last 3 years, I've taken teams that have not made the playoffs, predicted them to make the playoffs. 2 years ago, it was the Jacksonville Jaguars. Last year, it was the Chicago Bears. This year was the Bills. It looks like I'm a 3 for 3. Whoever I bless next year, just wait. Just you wait. But looking at this roster, it's a fairly interesting roster. I'm trying to remember, like, we did that rebuild, the realistic rebuild, which is 15 years, a lot more different type players and stuff like that for the Buffalo Bills. But I'm trying to remember who was really good, who was really bad. I remember Josh Allen would not go up in dev trait no matter what kind of year he would have. But we got that 9.9 throw power. He's actually playing pretty damn well this season, to be completely honest with you. I'm not going to say, he's not a top 10 quarterback. He's not, he might be in that top 15 discussion. But, I mean, he's making plays. He's being a little bit more accurate. And I still think, given the fact that his skill position players are average at best, I think he's doing a pretty damn commendable job. So let's hopeful that he can get up to like maybe a superstar dev, really take his game to the next level here in this rebuild. But right now, the plan, he is our franchise quarterback. At running back, you got Frank the Tank, who just recently passed Barry Sanders for most rushing yards all time. I think he sits at number 3. But Devin Singletary is going to be our guy. I drafted him in my fantasy leagues. He's been really, really good. Probably one of my best sleepers at running back. Since he's been in, he's getting like 100 yards a game. He's a dynamic runner, really, really hard to tackle in open space. I think he struggled with fumbles just a little bit, not like a Chris Carson level. But anyways, for this rebuild, he is going to be our starter. He's 78 overall. He's a 21. I think in the realistic rebuild, he was our best player. I think we got him up to a superstar X factor. So that kind of target has been set for us, at least trying to reach in terms of success. At wide receiver, we got Cole Beasley, who's a solid slot, but he's 30. He's too old for this rebuild. Same with John Brown. John Brown's been a great deep threat, and in reality, both these guys have been nice weapons for Josh Allen, but you don't really have that outside premier wide receiver. You have a guy that can work in the slot, the guy that's a known deep threat, but you don't have that jack of all trades type wide receiver, and I don't think that's going to be Robert Foster. So, drafting that premier wide receiver one, that franchise wide receiver, is going to be one of our top goals here for the Buffalo Bills. But for the time being, I mean, maybe we can get Foster. He'll play a lot, maybe a dev trait, but he is already 25. He's a very old rookie last year at 24. So as of right now, I'm planning on, a big overhaul of this wide receiver room. At tight end, Dawson Knox is going to be our starter. He's another guy that plays very well in terms of talent. Probably is the most talented tight end on this Buffalo Bills team, and we're going to use him as such. Offensive line, Dawkins is fine at 25.77. I'm not going to say he's going to be a franchise tackle, but we could probably plan to have him here for the entirety of this rebuild. Spain, former Tennessee Titan, he's okay, but he's 28. Mitch Morris is good, but he's 27. I mean, generally speaking, we'll get Cody Ford in. Maybe we'll probably actually start him at tackle. So looking at this offensive line, Cody Ford, Deion Dawkins, and maybe Mitch Morse could be here for the entirety of the rebuild. Other than that, though, got to fix up the guard. The defensive side, we got Trent Murphy here, defensive end, 77. I think just a normal dev. He's solid. Right end, you got Jerry Hughes, 83 with a star, but he's also 31. So we got Shaq Lawson. If he was only like if he was 270, I might be able to justify switching him to D tackle. Maybe I still can. I don't know. I mean, we'll probably actually just flip him to left end. Because, Trent Murphy's solid. Shout out to the Toronto Huskies 2 years ago. He was actually really good for us because we relocated the Bills. But Shaq Lawson has much more upside. He's 25 and has the dev trait. Inside, Ed Oliver, probably my favorite player from last year's draft class. Very excited to play with him. Can't remember what his dev trait is. I think it's superstar. So, I mean, he's going to be our franchise player in the middle. To pair with that, there's an ugly contract for Star Lotulelei. In terms of youth, probably Harrison Phillips might get the start alongside Ed Oliver. Linebacking core is really solid. Matt Milano's 25.79. Dev trait does kind of suck at normal, but he's going to get plenty of playing time, plenty of snaps. Should get a bunch of tackles, and hopefully can get a dev trait. Middle linebacker, Tremaine Edmonds, franchise player. He's already a 79 star. He's 21. I mean, get used to him. He's going to be a monster for us. Right outside linebacker, Lorenzo Alexander's good, but he's also 36, 13 years in the league. Probably going to retire after this first offseason. So much like bringing in that wide receiver, much like looking at that guard spot, getting his replacement will be fairly important. In the secondary, they only have 4 corners on this roster. Is that how they actually have in real life? I mean, Trey White's a baller. I'm actually shocked he doesn't have a superstar depth. To be completely honest with you, he's a really, really good corner. He's gonna be, hopefully here for the remainder of the rebuild. Levi Wallace is someone we can develop. I don't know how good he is actually in real life, to be honest with you, but at least for Matt, he's 24. He's a 77. Like at worst, he should develop into our 3rd corner for this rebuild. Johnson's not too shabby either at a Weber State. Weber Cooks, shout out to H3, but probably gonna need another corner. Free safety of Micah Hyde. He's good for the time being, but he's also 28, so things could get a little shaky and dicey come year 4 and 5. Same goes with Jordan Poyer. I love your girlfriend, wife, whatever she is at this point. So hot, and he's a really good player. But much like Micah Hyde, he's 28. So if a good safety slips to us, we might have to draft him. Special teams is fine for the time being. And that is your Buffalo Bills roster. And again, almost the entirety of this rebuild is going to hinge on, will Josh Allen develop? Will he be a franchise quarterback for us? I hope so. I absolutely hope so. So let's get into it. We're coming out of the bye. I actually wasn't even paying attention. I just actually got a dev trade scenario for a guy I need to show you. I told you during the realistic rebuild, Devin Singletary was that dude. Well, he's already up to an 85 overall. He got 20,000 XP, going from normal to a star dev, which brought him up to an 84 overall. And now this week, if he goes off for 3 touchdowns or 150 yards against the Dolphins, he's becoming a superstar player. Totally doable. So that is going to be unreal if we can hit that. Players to negotiate. We got Lorenzo Alexander. I mean, we'll start with Shaq Lawson. 25, 26, 27, 28. We could probably do 4-year deal worth $22.7 million. That's easy. Levi Wallace at 24. Just the age makes sense to offer him a deal like that. That is a pretty, $5 million hit a year, but he's going to be an 80 overall player sooner than later. Quentin Spain, I wonder if we can get him on a 1. Nothing too crazy. He doesn't care for the bone. He wants a 2-year. He might be too good to let walk. I don't know. Just because it's another hole. He's 28. He's not going to regress yet. I don't know yet. But hey, at least we got Shaq and Levi Wallace. And let's get that boy Devin up to superstar. And then probably the craziest thing I've ever seen in a rebuild, and that's not even clickbait, Devin Singletary has gone from a normal dev to a superstar X Factor all in one rookie season. I have never seen that ever. And at the end of year number 1 of a ridiculous rebuild, 12-4 the Buffalo Bills. The Patriots weren't very good, but this, as much as you will rag on the game when it's bad and we don't win when we should win, this is right up there with the inverse of that. I am shocked of everything that has happened in this rebuild. Josh Allen was very good. 4,000 passing yards, 36 touchdowns. Where does that rank in the NFL? Man, he's not getting a dev trade. Still a good year. Devin Singletary. I still normal dev to superstar X Factor as a rookie. 1,300 rushing yards, 10 rushing touchdowns. And that's even still with Frank Gore stealing 11 of those. Then you get receiving. We got 72 catches, almost 1,000 yards and 9 touchdowns for the rookie Dawson Knox. 900 yards, 11 tutties for John Brown. Beasley, 900 yards, 8 touchdowns. Singletary, 660 and 4. So that's... Oh my God, he's literally almost at 2,000 yards from scrimmage and 14 touchdowns. One hell of a year for a rookie. Edmonds, 131 tackles, 108 for Milano, as well as 6 sacks, 2 picks, 8.5 sacks. Jerry Hughes. Ed Oliver, it's okay. 6 sacks, 5 TFLs. Literally the only disappointing thing would probably be Trey White not having more picks and Ed Oliver not having more sacks. And other than that, we've been outstanding. First in the league, the #1 ranked offense. We have the not that great of a defense. Yearly awards MVP went to Andrew Luck. Josh Allen coming in at number 3. Coach of the year, Sean McDermott. AFC Offensive Player of the Year went to Andrew Luck. Get him out of the game if he's retired. Anyways, Josh Allen coming in at 4. Defensive player of the year went to Myles Garrett. Matt Milano at 4 as well. Offensive rookie of the year clearly is going to be going to Devin Singletary. Dawson Knox at 5. Defensive rookie of the year went to Devin Bush. We had nobody. QB went to Luck. What? He didn't get best running back? Okay. You don't have any award winners? Man, that sucks. That's a good year for Josh Allen, and there's like no chance he goes up in dev trade. So that is butt cheeks. As we did have a first round bye in the year 1 playoffs. I mean, this is a legit team. We might be able to win the Super Bowl year 1 and then just kick our feet up for the last 5 years or 4 years of the rebuild. But it's the damn Chargers. Let's go. You never want to see the Chargers in the playoffs. And we're 1 and done. We got embarrassed 34-7. You hate to see that. You never want to put the Chargers in the play. Oh my God, that is not good. Josh Allen was not good. Devin Singletary got a touchdown, but didn't get a lot of yards. John Brown had an okay game. 2 sacks, 1 pick, Jordan Poyer. But my God, that's embarrassing. That second quarter was over at halftime. So we are free agents. We're going to spend a little bit of money. We have like $84 million worth of salary cap coming in, which was juicy. So we got Mike Hilton, scheme fit, superstar, slot corner. Fits what we have going here, mixed with Trey White, Levi Wallace. Looks good. Andres Pete at left guard. He's 26 with an 81, as well as a scheme fit. And then Darren Lee coming in to see if he can be the man, because he is a pass coverage scheme fit to replace Lorenzo Alexander. A lot more competition on this bid, but man, those will be 3 guys in their prime that will be lock solid for the remainder of this rebuild if we can wrap them up. So for our draft recap, we got everyone in free agency except Darren Lee. So we got T. Higgins, and I actually think like this is starting to follow the trend of that first rebuild we did a couple months ago, the realistic rebuild, because I think Devin Singletary went off and we drafted T. Higgins. I could be wrong. Actually, I definitely am wrong. We drafted Laviska Shenault, but we still went wide receiver. And T. Higgins, this is a dude I totally think could be a viable selection for the Buffalo Bills in real life at wide receiver. I think when they go ahead in real life for this upcoming draft, I think Wideout's going to be a top get. Then we doubled up, just getting more depth because our top 2 guys, John Brown and Cole Beasley, they're going to regress. So we got Devonta Smith. He's 70, just a normal dev, but everyone knows if you watch college football, a big-time playmaker for Alabama. We got Throckmorton here at right tackle. I'm actually going to slide him in to right guard. His right tackle is going to be locked up by Cody Ford. He might have a chance to start sooner than later. Thomas Graham was a great pick in the 4th round, corner out of Oregon, obviously, Oregon. 67 with a hidden dev trait, even though we brought in Mike Hilton. He's just good depth. We got Malik Harrison out of Ohio State in the 5th round, Brad Stewart out of Florida in the 6th round of the draft. No one below 50, so a top-notch draft. And T. Higgins, got to find a way to get him to start and a lot of snaps as a rookie. Year 2 for Buffalo after an outstanding year. Really still a sour taste in our mouths after being 1 and done. So here's how we're shaping up this year. I mean, look, again, same thing. Last year we had the #1 offense, like 25th defense. Yet our defense is way better than our, and it is what it is. Looking at our squad, though, we got Josh Allen's up to an 82 overall star. Still no dev trade increase. Hopefully he can perform and get one this year. Devin Singletary, still the craziest rookie season I may have ever seen in a rebuild. He's up to X Factor. It's first one free. Run of the zone, ability to increase fake out rate, the next juke spinner hurdle. He also has spin cycle, human joystick, which makes sense. That is the style of runner that he is. So, I mean, hopefully he gets a 99 and becomes a rebuild icon. Our wide receivers, we're going to give T. Higgins the start. It just looks like that anyway because Cole Beasley's going to be in the slot with John Brown on the outside. Still need to, honestly, there's great wide receivers next year. I won't be surprised if we double up. I would love, a Rondale Moore or something crazy like that, or Monra St. Brown or Justin Ross. Get both Clemson big wide receivers. I don't know, but we got to go there. Offensive line, I mean, we had Andrews Pete. Cody Ford's established himself as a starter. John Feliciano, is he from Miami? See, I remember him way back from like my original when NCAA 14 was still a new game. He was on the U then, and he was a really good guard. But generally speaking, our offensive line is solid. Dawson Knox got a dev trade increase, which is awesome. He's up to a 79 overall. When did that happen? There you go. Super Bowl week, up to a star dev, so that's awesome. Big-time playmaker there. Defensively, the creme de la creme of this team, Ed Oliver, is a superstar playmaker, 86 overall. Got some okay abilities. Hopefully we can get up to an X Factor. We added Mike Hilton in free agency. We have both outside linebackers. Milano's the star. Yeah, actually Milano went up in dev trade. That's pretty good. Both defensive ends are star dev. Trey White star dev. Micah Hyde's up. Well, he was at a superstar. Didn't regress. Jordan Poyer did regress. I wonder if that has anything to do with regression. What your dev trade is. I feel like it is. Because like Hyde and Poyer are pretty much the same, but Poyer regressed only 1. It's still a regression, and Hyde only got better. So overall, though, really good team. I don't know if we're going to be 12-4. We might have peaked year 1, which would be real terrible for the last 4 years, but optimism is high. The Devin Singletary, Josh Allen, and company can carry this team to another AFC East. It's the East. It's 3 in the morning. I think it's the East. Yes, AFC East title. Let's get it. And there we go. The fall back to grace was very painful as we're 1-3. Patriots are back on top of the AFC East. Okay. Frustrated receiver. Okay, everything's looking great. Everything's blooming here in Buffalo. Contracts. First up, Trey White. Absolutely want to keep him on the wraps. We'll straight up give him 5 years. He wants everything side salary, so that should be fairly easy. Jordan Poyer, I don't want to get rid of him. Obviously, we want Rachel Bush in the stance. Helps get people in Buffalo, especially in the winter months when it gets super cold. Still want to go out there, see the sights on the field, see the sights on the sidelines, but there's no way in hell I'm giving a 29-year-old a 4-year contract. No, thank you. Matt Milano, on the other hand, has definitely earned himself a 5-year deal if he'll take it. Deion Dawkins, fairly solid tackle. We can give him a 4-year, 44. He's okay. Outside of that, yeah, pretty much come back to the table for Trey White, and that's simple business. Some really bad results here. We still made the playoffs, 8-8. It's the AFC. Let's be honest, 8-8. Most likely we'll make one of the wild card spots in real life in the AFC, more often than not. So our team's definitely up. I'm expecting all the results though to be bad. Like when we won, it was ugly. You know, in terms of like growth on the offense, I know Dawson Knox twice had scenarios to go from star to superstar, and he didn't achieve it. But we know for a fact we got one on defense here, and Shaq Lawson went from star to superstar, which is good because we gave him a brand new contract last season. And T. Higgins only comes out as a star dev, but hey, it's better than nothing. And he's up to a 77 already. I'm a little bit cautious. I think these stats are not going to look good. I mean, it's not terrible. Josh Allen, I mean, nowhere near getting a dev trait, but 3,900 passing yards, 29 touchdowns, 13 picks. That's fine. 1,000 yards, 12 touchdowns for Devin Singletary. That's also fine. Receiving, we got 61 catches, 950 and 9 for Cole Beasley. John Brown, 907. Higgins, 720 and 2. I don't think that's going to be good enough to get him a Rookie of the Year award. Knox was fine, too. 70 catches. A little bit of a down year. Oh, it was a down year for pretty much everybody. Defensively, Voshan Joseph had to actually take up the role for, what's his name? Lorenzo Alexander, because he retired and we couldn't get Darren Lee in free agency. And he played pretty well. Florida Gator by side, 123 tackles, 8 TFLs, had a pick, over 100 tackles from Milano. We get 8 sacks, Shaq Lawson. Ed Oliver, 14 TFLs, 6.5 sacks, 4 picks, Jordan Poyer, because of course he's in a contract year. I still can't sign him. Maybe we can get him back on a 1-year deal if he hits the open market. I'll be open to that, even if he dips below an 80 overall. But it's just, you know, can't make that happen. Yearly awards, MVP. Again, like, why is this such a common thing that they're always there? Trubisky and Mariota, it's so stupid. Josh Allen coming in at 9. Defensive player of the year went to Telvin Smith. Doesn't even exist anymore. Offensive rookie of the year went to Joe Burrow. T. Higgins coming in at 5. Defensive rookie of the year went to Isaiah Simmons. We had no one. QB Brissett. I don't think we're going to have any of these guys, which we did not. But somehow, we made the playoffs. We're the 8-8 team of the playoffs against the big dog 12-4 Patriots. Who's the top team in the AFC East? It's probably going to be the Patriots, but can we knock them off in the playoffs? And we do, because this game's ridiculous. We beat the Patriots 33. What? 33-22. Let me see this. What happened in this game? I mean, what happened aside from us being an 8-8 team in the playoffs, which is super dangerous? Josh Allen was nothing special. Singletary, 2 touchdowns. T. Higgins, I like seeing that for a rookie. Matt Milano, 12 tackles and an interception. We got a couple, you know. I don't know. I don't really know how all this happened, but it looked pretty good. Pretty weird score. And now we go from one juggernaut to another. Looking at the Baltimore Ravens, 14-2, but we're that 8-8 team, baby. Oh, we just lost. It was very close. Stupid. This game's so stupid. We lost by a field goal, 31-28. Josh Allen played well in the battle of That's some pretty okay quarterbacks. Aren't they the same? Didn't they get drafted the same year? Lamar Jackson, Josh Allen? Could be wrong. Could be, like I said, it's like almost 4 in the morning now. Singletary was good. T. Higgins, another back. I like that. 2 touchdowns, 2 playoff games for the rookie. Matt Milano was phenomenal in this playoff stretch. Arguably our best player. Too little too late, but at least we got our first playoff win. I didn't expect much from 8-8, and hey, we knocked out the Patriots. Maybe that's a changing of the guard here in the AFC East. Let's get into year 3. Just a little tidbit. The Chargers have won back-to-back Super Bowls. That is all. Free agency, we have a lot of money to spend, so we're going to see what we can do. First up, we got John Johnson at strong safety. Poyer's still there, but this is a big-time upgrade. There's no bids on him. We kind of lowballed it a little bit. Usually anything when there's no bids in the 80s, low 80s, you can get them. He'd be a huge get. I love John Johnson, especially after in the playoffs last year where he picked out the Saints, did that chopper style thing after the Saints kind of tried to clown on the Eagles in the locker. I'm a big fan. I'm a big fan of John Johnson. Derek Barnett, formerly of the Eagles. We need to replace Jerry Hughes. He's getting out there in age a little bit. Not a ridiculous contract. I think it's just over like $5 million a year. Solomon Thomas, we're going to bid on him and try to see if we land him. I'm going to slide him inside and have him be D-tackle along with Ed Oliver, and then just regraining Bourgeois as our punter. All right, we've got every free agent so far except John Johnson. He's not signed elsewhere. We're just waiting to bid. And we got our 5th-year option on Josh Allen. I love these 5th-year options. They're awesome. So we're going to go ahead and pick up that 5th-year option just to help us out, so we don't have to give him probably a $100 million contract right away. We could kick the can down the road, if you will. Trying to acquire as much draft assets as we can. We send our 2nd-round pick, defensive end Jerry Hughes, and D-tackle Harrison Phillips to the Jets for pick number 6 overall in the draft. So now we have pick 6 and pick 25 to try and rebuild this team, especially at wide receiver. With those 2 first-round picks, I told you we're going heavy at wide receiver. At pick 6, we got Jamar Chase, wide receiver from LSU, 74 with a hidden dev trait. So we already have T. Higgins from Clemson in place. Now we add in Jamar Chase. And then we double up. Jalen Waddle from Alabama was still on the board. Burner, 95 acceleration, can pretty much run past anyone in the NFL. Outside of that, we just, it was more so depth. We wanted wide receiver, and then let's get depth. So we got Anthony Hines, Gwynn, Calvin Ashley, Daryl Simpson, just on the offensive line. Not a lot of great picks, but, gives us a little bit more flexibility for our squad. But it's all about the wideouts, brand new weapons for our new 5th-year option QB, Josh Allen. Year 3. Can we get back to the playoffs? We spent a lot of draft capital improving this offense. We got Higgins is wide receiver 1, Waddle wide receiver 2, Jamar Chase wide receiver 3. We have Waddle. What I did is I moved Higgins in the slot because he's a little bit slower, more of a big slot possession, and even though he is good at the jump ball, realistically, I'm going to change that because Waddle is probably the most likely to go in the slot here. So we'll fix that up just a little bit there. But we had those, man, they got to help out. Josh Allen, it's do or die time. We have gone all in to give you the skill position players that you need to succeed. The offensive line is still generally very good. Average, outside of right guard, everyone's in the 80s, or at least above an 80. Defense looks good, man. Not one normal dev starter. We welcome Derek Barnett, Solomon Thomas, and John Johnson. Voshawn Joseph went from normal to a star dev. We get Edmonds on a 5th-year option. Milano somehow get promoted to a superstar ability. So that's pretty goddamn dope. This team is ready to rock and roll, and I think 10 wins. Another fairly early bye here for the Buffalo Bills. We started 2-0. We beat the Patriots, and then we've lost 3 in a row, which is annoying, but we're not out of it in the AFC East. Contracts. First up, we have Micah Hyde. Why are these old-ass players wanting long-term deals? That's so dumb. That's not bad for Teron Johnson, but I don't think we're going to need that. Micah Hyde's not regressing. He's been pretty damn good. It's only 5-year. Of course he wants more money. We'll give him one more offer. If not, that's not a great deal for us, even though it's not overly expensive for Micah Hyde. Other than that, everyone else can leave. And at the end of year 3, failed to make the playoffs with a 9-7 record. When we get to this scenario, at least we're not first team out. Second team out, it's still annoying, 9-7. We made it 8-8 last year. We played very well, but at least we weren't first team out. Looking at the stats right off the rip, it looks like Josh Allen's going to get a dev trade increase. Second in passing yards, third in that's a huge year though. I'm glad. We buried 2 first-round picks on wide receivers. You better see this kind of production. Like, this is what I'm hoping for happens with the Philadelphia Eagles in real life. I hope they get, they get, I think, a first and 2 seconds or something like that. Give me, I don't know if they have a first and 2 seconds. Either way, first 2 picks. I wouldn't hate getting wide receiver. Josh Allen, 4,600 passing yards, 42 touchdowns to 13 interceptions, 73% completion percentage. Especially when you're talking about Josh Allen, that might be the most crazy stat of all. Even Nick Mullins came in and did his thing. Running the ball, we got 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns for Devin Singletary. Josh Allen had 400. So we had 5,000 yards and 45 total touchdowns. We might have an MVP on our hands. Receiving T. Higgins, 77 catches, 1,200 yards, 8 touchdowns. We got 85 catches, 1,100 yards, 8 touchdowns for the rookie Jalen Waddle. Jamar Chase had almost 900 yards and 10 touchdowns. Dawson Knox, 785 and 11 touchdowns. Singletary, 600 yards, 2 tutties. Look at that. Tony Brooks-James, the speedster out of Oregon, 5 touchdowns. What the hell? One hell of production from this Buffalo Bills team. Matt Milano, 121 tackles, 10 TFLs. We got 109 from Voshon Joseph, 2 interceptions. 10.5 sacks, Derek Barnett. 10.5 sacks for the monster Ed Oliver. 6.5 from Tremaine Edmonds. 5 picks, Trey White. This is unbelievable statistics. The fact that we're not in the playoffs is incredibly. Number 1 offense in the NFL defensively. How are we so bad defensively? Every time. Yearly awards. MVP went to Josh Allen. I mean, can we get 2 dev traits? You can't. You can only go up 1 dev. This would be the time if somehow we get a star. That year we just missed out. Was it year 1 that we just missed out of it? He was like, either way, that was our chance for superstar for Josh. At least, hey, I'll take superstar, and maybe next year superstar X Factor. Coach of the year, what did this dude? AFC Offensive Player of the Year, Josh Allen. Defensive Player of the Year went to Isaiah Simmons. Offensive Rookie of the Year, JT Daniels, Waddle, and Chase at 4 and 5. Hey, they beat up Rondale Moore, who's a wide receiver we really wanted, but I'll take that. Defensive Rookie of the Year went to Caden Stearns, Anthony Hines at number 3. QB Josh Allen. That's it. That's it, man. Unreal production for Josh Allen, I guess, as we go into year 4. Still hoping for, a Super Bowl. And for our year 3 draft, we're back on the Madden random generated classes, and boy, do I love it. First round, we got Floyd Guy, who was projected to go in the 3rd. Looked really good. Is really good, minus really the dev trait. 75, 95 speed, 79 zone. It's more so just cover in case, Mike Hilton, one of those guys, starts to slip up a little bit. Or we can eventually maybe consider, what's his tackling? Oh, he's not very good. But maybe we could consider moving one of those corners that we have, be it Levi Wallace, or maybe a Mike Hilton when he starts slowing down. Move him to safety, replace Micah Hyde as he regresses, and Guy can start playing more snaps at corner. Second round, we got Casey Cass, defensive end from Texas, 72 with a hidden dev trait. Good athlete, solid stats, nothing amazing, nothing too outworldy, but he definitely looks pretty promising, plus with that dev trait. Third round, Avery Clinton, guard from Fresno State, 69 with a hidden dev trait. Yep, that feels good. Fourth round, Caleb Crichton from Crichton. We'll go Christian Crichton. That looks like a Crichton, Caleb Crichton. 69, hidden dev from Baylor. Nice. Another just unreal offensive lineman. They finished up in the 7th round. Reggie Rankin, UDFA, but he had the crazy bench press. 69 overall, 90 strength. It is what it is. And Brady, all those guys with their sizes, 6'5". We got 6'6". Clinton 6'4" to a lesser extent. They can all play anywhere on the offensive line, which is a huge get. Week 1 of year 4 begins, and this team is a powerhouse. 87 overall, 87 offense, 88 defense. Josh Allen, after winning the MVP last year, has gone up to a superstar dev trait, which is pretty good. I wonder, he obviously would get Bazooka, right? But look at that. QB of the year, offensive player of the year, MVP, up to an 88 overall, has lofting dead eye, long range dead eye. It's definitely going to be Bazooka. Jamar Chase came up with a superstar dev trait, 82 superstar. Pretty good. T. Higgins, 80 star. Waddle's an 80 star. Singletary, I really want to get him to a 99. That just make him the complete prospect. Is he close? It's going to be tough, I think, down the 2 stretch. Running backs just don't get a lot of XP. And he's playing well. He's going over 1,000 yards, getting close to double-digit touchdowns combined with the receiving. But I really do want to get him up to a 99. Offensive line looks pretty damn good. Knox is slowing down development just a little bit, but he's still a nice utility option at tight end. Good athlete. Defensively, any changes? Voshon Joseph up to a superstar. I mean, I know it's all about like how many tackles and stuff he gets, but okay. Should have played him sooner. We're seeing a little bit of aggression here from Micah Hyde. Other than that, looks good, man. Top to bottom. X Factor Matt Milano. How did I miss that? Matt Milano, just a tackle machine. Run stuffer. Good luck, man. Good luck running on this team. Let's make the playoffs. Come on, it's year 4. From the week 7 bye, we are 4-2. I like to see that. Jets are, again, it just seems like bipolar. The Patriots are the best or they're the worst. Same with us. Why are they the best or the worst? But luckily, it's working out well for us right now. Josh Allen, not quite the pace that he was setting last year, but I'll take team success at this point. We got him as MVP. He's at least a superstar, and we're 4-2. Let's keep this momentum going. Contracts. All right, right off the rip, Devin Singletary for sure. 5-year deal. Thank you. Ed Oliver, 92 overall. For sure. Probably could even give him more years. It is what it is. My God. Got a lot of contracts here. Okay. Do we go cheaper? I don't. First of all, Mike Hilton only wants 11. Oh, that's 1 year. That's a big cap. Okay, we'll go with the big dogs first. First up, Tremaine Edmonds. Get you locked up. Yep. Dawson Knox. Can we get you locked up? Maybe 5-year. Take a little bit less of a cap hit. Yep. Andrus Pete. Can't really replace you on the offensive line. 5-year, 4-year, somewhere in that territory. Cody Ford. Oh, we can definitely lower that. Save that off to a 5-year. Oh my God, I want more money. All right, here's the big one. The one that's always going to sting. $100 million for Josh Allen. And he doesn't want it. Well, we're not going to sign any more free agents pretty much for the remainder of this rebuild. But Josh Allen for sure. Can we get Mike Hilton here on a 1-year? Again, okay, all these guys. We're going to have to move some pieces around. And also, we're going to want to get Voshon Joseph locked up. We have enough money to. It's just more so... right now, the worst case scenario, I should be able to pay them all, but we don't want 2 players to say, I want to be a free agent, and we only have the 1 franchise tag. So we got to be a little conscientious, might have to up the bids on a lot of these guys. So that isn't a possible scenario. And at the end of year 4, we made the playoffs. First round bye. We're in the divisional. We got the 10-6 Pittsburgh Steelers. But that is our second AFC East title of the rebuild in year 4. I'll take that. Considering, even though the Patriots were very bad this year, it's still the Patriots. They still dominate this division more often than not. I will take that. Looking at our stats, Josh Allen, my God, he's a monster. We have the number 1 overall offense. What's our defense? Doesn't even give us a rank for defense. That's great. So looking at Josh Allen, 4,600 yards, 46 touchdowns. I always feel like that's kind of like sim cheese when they always have the same amount of yards and touch. It feels a little too coincidental. But 11 turnovers. Would be nice to see that down a little bit. But clearly Ryan Tannehill is pushing Josh Allen. I didn't get the scenario to mentor, to take him under his wing. But I'm glad that our $200 million quarterback's finally playing like a $200 million quarterback. Devin Singletary, 1,100 yards, 12 touchdowns. That's pretty good. Even Josh Allen, he chipped in almost 5. So he's over 5,000 yards again total. 47 touchdowns. Receiving, we got 77 catches, 1,100 yards, almost 1,200 yards, 9 touchdowns from Jamar Chase. Dawson Knox, 86 catches, 978 receiving yards, 15 touchdowns. We got 90 for 890 and 10 for T. Higgins. Waddle, 750 and 6, 640 and 3 for Singletary. It's a lot of yards. Defensively, Edmonds led the team, 113, 7 TFLs, 5 sacks, 2 picks. We got 7 sacks. Solomon Thomas, 20 TFLs, 16 TFLs, 6 sacks. Ed Oliver. Pretty good production there from Shaq Lawson, 2 interceptions across the board are good. So really, if I had a nitpick, I would have liked to see a double-digit sack getter, but it still looks pretty good. Yearly awards, MVP. Oh, we got beat out. What did Lamar do? We had number 1 passing yards, number 1 passing touchdowns, and Lamar Jackson had 5,000. So we had like 200 more total yards. 48 touchdowns to 47. You know what? Okay, it's close. It's close, and we do know that the fact that he's first in yards, first in touchdowns, Josh Allen will go up in a dev trait. I really want to play this game. We're not Super Bowl or bust scenario. You read the ticker? It said Jamar Chase had 5 touchdowns in a game. Cool. Let's just sim it. We'll go Super Bowl or bust. I feel like this team's on fire. We'll have one more opportunity. We want it done. Hey, we get the victory. 34-20. Josh Allen plus gets a skill point. Now we got to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. But looking at this victory, what went into it? I assume Josh Allen played very well. He was okay. Going up against Trevor Lawrence, moving the strings, pulling the strings for the Pittsburgh Steelers. 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, 1 pick. Josh Allen. He had another rushing touchdown. Singletary had a rushing touchdown. Knox and Higgins. Why is Knox so good? It's weird. A couple sacks, no picks, whatever. That's a nice victory. We're a game away from playing in the Super Bowl. We just got to knock off them Kansas City Chiefs, and we do. 38-31. Shootout between Patrick Mahomes and now Josh Allen, who's a monster. Looking at, come on, let's go to the Bills postseason. We didn't even. Mahomes had a much better day. 4 touchdowns, no picks, 300 yards. Josh Allen actually wasn't that good. I assume the running game took off. 2 touchdowns, Singletary. Josh Allen getting rushing touchdowns in the sim. That's dope. Jamar Chase, big game, 9 catches, 130 yards, and a touchdown. Defensively, sack and a half, Solomon Thomas. No picks, but hell yeah. Hell yeah, bro. Look at that hot start in the first quarter. They're putting up 14 points. So that puts us in the Super Bowl against New York Giants. I assume that's a Super Bowl. That must have been a matchup when they would have lost one of those 4. When they went to the 4 straight Super Bowls. I know they lost to Dallas twice. And I'm literally guessing. Dallas twice, New York once, 49ers once, something like that. Either way, I'm hopping in. We're playing in the Super Bowl. 12-4 Bills, 9-7 Giants. Let's get it. Actually, we'll play the moments because it's year 4. How do I feel about my team's chances? I don't know. I feel pretty good. I feel like we're a better offense. We should have a better roster top to bottom. When we get the opening score here in the Super Bowl, holding the Giants to just field goal attempts feels pretty good at this point. They're getting field goal attempts. We're getting touchdowns. We open up the second half with a 1-point lead. Come on. Stop. Why are we having so many 3-and-outs? Come in. Let's come in and throw a bomb. That's all we're going to do. We're Josh Allen, for God's sakes. Play type, shotgun. Let's go smash, I guess. Let's get Jamar Chase. Come on, someone get open. Oh, what? Devin Singletary wide open. Hell yeah. I guess, they're playing soft coverage, trying to keep the game in front of them there. Okay. Can we get a little comeback here? Nope. No, we didn't. Nope. For our final draft, we basically needed a center because we let Mitch Morse walk in free agency. Other than that, we were fine. And a center did we find. Brett Davis, the guard, but 6'2". That's built like a center out of Penn State. 77 hidden dev trait. Shouldn't take much, if any, of a hit to move. 1 point to move to center. I'll take that. Second round, we got Whitehead here. 72 normal dev corner. We had a 70 guard, 68 guard, 64 linebacker. Then I pretty much just simmed it up because, these guys are mostly just crap. But unreal. Very rarely you get a player in the year 4 of a rebuild that can actually play and contribute in year 5. But we got that in Brett Davis at a Penn State. Year 5, Super Bowl or bust. How fun. Here's how our team shapes up. 88 overall. I don't know how we're in 88. I feel like our team's way better. Starting from the front, our offensive line, we added Davis here. Hidden dev. Hopefully it's like a star or something. Oh, Clinton. We have just the random 4th round guard we drafted last year comes out as a superstar. That's awesome. And Crichton. We got 2 superstar linemen last year. Awesome. Dawson Knox coming off 15, 16, whatever it was, touchdowns up to an 89. We have 3 superstar X Factors. Josh Allen got promoted to this last year because he was, first in the league in passing touchdowns and yards. Devin Singletary, very close to a 99 overall. Only needs, 6,000-ish XP. Should be able to hit that. Jamar Chase is a superstar X Factor. Higgins is a superstar. We have Jalen Waddle there, 82. Defensively, no changes to be had in terms of dev traits or anything, but look at that. That's an unreal defense. Micah Hyde still hanging tough, like New Kids on the Block, 81 overall, superstar playmaker. Yeah, man, this is, I don't know how this on offense is only an 88, but whatever. It's weird. Our team's very good. 13, 14 wins, somewhere in that territory. How? Made the playoffs, I guess. 10-6. Got another AFC East style, gives us 3, just barely making the playoffs, though. That is very hard to believe. 7-3, week 17 victory. That was a nice little Super Bowl rematch. Statistically speaking, Josh Allen, very good yet again. First in passing yards. Playing every bit of a top 5 quarterback. What's he up to now? 94, 93 overall, 94 with the morale. Devin Singletary, 1,200 yards, 7 touchdowns, and you know what happened. 99 overall, unreal. I think one of the best so far this year. I think we can say the best rebuild running back we've had. And that's twice. We've done 2 different types of Bills rebuilds, and he's been unreal in both. It's not a fluke. Receiving, we had 83 catches, 1,000 yards, 9 touchdowns from our Chase, 960 and 8 Dawson Knox, 805 Jalen Waddle. Higgins was fine. Singletary was fine. Defensively, no one over 100 tackles. Edmonds led the team with 98. 6.5 sacks, Ed Oliver. 3 picks. I mean, what? We were the first offense and what? Probably bottom 5 defense yet again. 5th. I mean, it makes that. Well, I mean, it doesn't really make sense, but it kind of makes sense. Like when our box score stats, like our sacks are up, our picks are up, we always have a bad defense. And then when we have no picks, no sacks, we have an unreal defense. It's weird. MVP went to Russell Wilson. Josh Allen, yet again, back-to-back years, he is the runner-up, but he already got an MVP under his name, so that's pretty good. Coach of the year, Sean McVay, who's now Seattle. Weird. Offense player of the year went to Le'Veon Bell. Josh Allen at 4. Defense player of the year went to Joe Schobert. Offensive rookie of the year, I mean, we don't even know these guys. QB, we had no one. Buffalo Bills getting slept on hard here as we take on the Houston Texans. I really want to play with this team, but I said I wasn't going to play Madden anymore. Yeah, let's get into it. Let's play it. We'll just play the moments. We'll just play the moments, okay? We'll keep it. If the team's not going to win, it's not going to win. It's not going to make a difference if I come in for a drive or 2 and try to throw a couple tutties. Oh, unreal. It's a snow game. I love playing in these, but this offense is built for me to come in. This offense is 100% built around just the deep ball. I mean, we got Bazooka. I don't even actually has Bazooka, but got a lot of fast wide receivers. He is, oh my God, he got him at the top. Oh, come on, we had him. There's got to be a touchdown. Not good. Okay, not a great start. We open up with a field goal. Pretty cool. It looks going to be a low-scoring game here in the weather. Looks like Jordan Howard's the running back for the Houston Texans. Looks like our defense doesn't want to come to play, and our offense doesn't want to put up points. All right, thanks for watching the Buffalo Bills rebuild, everybody. Hope you enjoyed the video. Looks like we were never destined. I mean, maybe. I'm going to come in and throw a bomb. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to come in. I'm going to throw a bomb. It's going to be a home run. We got, ooh. We'll go Jalen Waddle. I guarantee someone's going to slip, and I'm going to be annoyed. T. Higgins? Oh! Okay. Worst tackle ever. Didn't wrap him up. It's like the Minnesota Miracle. All over again. 61 yards to Higgins. The deep ball finally works. Can our defense get a stop? And of course they can. Thanks for watching the rebuild, everybody. Let me know in the comments what team you want to see next week. I'm sick and tired of this game. Subscribe, like, goodbye. Oh my God, this game is trash.
Numbers going down, numbers going down. Numbers going down, but I still stay consistent. Doubt come around, but I still don't listen. Do I need a new sound or a new vision? Perhaps it's time I make that decision. I don't want to think about nothing. I just want to stay doing something. I just want to stay cooking up. I just want to really live it up. I just want to really live it up. But what does that entail? silver spoon, drink